Oh.
Atlanta. Did you know this?
What's going on?
Atlanta ranks 3rd in HIV infections nationwide. The CDC data shows. Atlanta has grown. The Center for Disease and Control most recent data on new cases of HIV paints a startling picture of an ongoing health crisis in the Southeast. Metro Atlanta ranked 3rd behind Memphis and Miami for the highest number of new cases, more than 1,500 reported in 2021. We've seen that HIV is growing in the South, and Atlanta has some of the highest numbers in the South. Fulton County's Director of HIV Elimination, Jeff Cheek, said, new cases accounted for more than half of the 2,371 reported in Georgia. He said he pointed to stigmas around the virus and access to care as ongoing issues contributing to those high numbers. We do not have good health coverage for anyone, not just those with HIV disease. And so that's why it's so important for us to look at Medicaid expansion to see what we can do to help people.
So what was the reason, though, for lack
The numbers are disturbing, but didn't come as much of a shock to him, this guy, co-founder of Thrive Atlanta. He said, I'm jarred by the numbers. I'm saddened, but it also motivated. My work is fueled. What are you doing?
My lip.
Oh. My peripheral vision. That's how I saw that bug.
By sitting on the toilet.
My work is fueled by that. It's not surprising given the fact that Georgia is one of 10 states who didn't expand Medicaid. So I don't know.
But did you say earlier part of the reason is people don't either have the health care or don't go?
I'm saying y'all just need to stop sleeping around and all that.
Protection.
Y'all just nasty.
Yeah, use protection too. As much as you can.
Atlanta
that don't keep you from getting diseases.
Atlanta has become ridiculous.
Just kind of out there. Now the reality shows that they show.
If that's what we
like
see,
they all loose. But then if you are from that area,
and then you got Fulton, you got the whole thing with
the Fulton
County and Fani and Trump, and it's just a lot going on there.
It's messy. It's messy.
Y'all got a lot of messiness going on for a southern town.
Yeah.
Well, why did you like Fulton County make a statement?
What?
Yeah.
Trump wanted to get them to block.
Oh yeah, my mom said he wanted them to throw out the case.
And she's coming out.
Yeah, the judge said no, we're not throwing the case out.
They wanted him to throw her out.
Right.
And the case.
He didn't. They left the case going. But it's a lot of messiness going on there. Mm-hmm. Robin says, thanks, ladies. Governor of Georgia vetoed Medicaid expansion.
Why?
And that's like this man is saying that's another reason why it's probably growing. People they can't even probably go get tested or go to doctors or whatever.
And do something about it when they find out that why would you veto it? It's really needed in every state. Yeah. What was wrong with that? It's because it's expensive or what?
They just, Republicans don't like all that stuff, all those extra programs.
It's very helpful for my mom. So we're so grateful.
So my thing is, I don't know. We keep talking about what's going on in the world, what's happening. Mm-hmm. Growing in Atlanta, a southern state, you expect Miami or something like that. Mm-hmm. But why Miami? Memphis? Yeah. Another black city.
Another southern town.
Memphis.
Wow.
And now Atlanta. What's going on?
Yeah, that doesn't look good to make these top list of the illnesses and CDC data showing these are the top states.
And it'd be the black states. I mean, not states, but cities.
Majority of people of color, blacks that lived in these cities. And we're not taking care of ourselves. We're not going to the doctors, and we don't have the money to pay for it.
A lot of black people scared to go to the doctor.
I know.
There's reason
you
for
have
it too.
symptoms, and you're like,
this kind of goes back
just
to
spray it away.
When we was talking about that boy that went on The View, the colorblind and all that, and I was saying I agree with both him and with Whoopi when he went on The View and Sonny tore him. He was talking about color blindness.
Oh yeah, that gentleman.
This is why I was saying you can't just look at one thing. You got to look at why people think. So when you say black people are afraid of the doctor, it's a reason because they was experimenting with black people. You go into these places and they was sticking us with stuff and experimenting. No, that's the truth. You don't have to look like that.
What?
That's the truth.
No, that's partly the truth.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
not every black
No,
person's
but
story.
if you're saying that's where it comes from.
Right.
If you come from you being experimented on, and then those people have kids, and those you don't trust the doctors, you don't trust the hospital. You feel like, and to be perfectly honest, in some cases, people get worse when they go to the doctor.
Yeah, you think about the show Soul Food, when the mother had diabetes,
right?
And she let something burn on the stove. Her hand was burning, and she didn't feel the heat. And they said, "Ma, your diabetes, your numbers are going higher." And she had to get her leg amputated, and she didn't want
too
to.
long. Yeah,
she let it go too long.
Well, a lot because she didn't want to go to the doctor.
Yeah,
so that's not a.
But then when she went to the doctor, look what happened.
But it was too late though. That's what I'm saying.
So some people have that story.
Yeah,
yeah.
But my thing is, a lot of people have to understand that there is a reason why that's there. Now, should you keep that in 2024? No, you got to get past it. A lot of times you can do preventive medicine where you don't have to get to the point to where you got to get your leg cut off.
Yeah.
Or like you, the doctor told you if you would have came in and got a colonoscopy, then we would have found this, we would have the polyps and removed them, and you wouldn't have had colon cancer.
Right. And we have family, we have friends, family, a circle of people who not the testings historically, some of them, as far as faith, they walk by faith. They don't believe that they need to go to one because God is their doctor. And you can't, everybody has their own journey, their own faith journey with God and their faith and their healing and all of that. Because I remember Andrew Womack. My mom and I went to visit to one of these ministries, and he was the guest speaker there. He claims he don't go to doctors. He really don't. His faith is God, by his stripes I'm healed. He really stands on that. And his faith is that strong to believe that, and that's fine. But I told my mom when he was speaking that over the pulpit, it almost like he made people who were in the audience who are going to doctors,
like you don't have
who are
faith.
having treatments, who are under a care, that their faith is not there. You should have faith like me. I don't go to doctors. I quote that scripture.
Okay.
And that's good. That's your testimony. But I know in my situation, it was different.
Right.
Because God specifically told me, I'm taking you through.
Because you wanted to be healed.
I wanted an instant healing. Like my cousin had an instant healing. They saw a tumor. They saw cancer. He came back. It was gone. I wanted that. I was like, yes, Lord.
And God said,
God says no. You're going through the fire like the 3 Hebrew boys, and people going to look at you and go, you had such and such.
He told you to close the book.
He said he was taking me through. And I said, come on, Lord, I want an instant healing. Come on, Lord. He said, no, because there's some things I learned through that. And I'm so grateful to even share that in a testimony. But some people probably like, you didn't have enough faith. You shouldn't have had chemo. You had surgeries. You didn't trust God. So I'm grateful that was my journey.
Right.
And I don't put that on anyone else.
Each person has a different journey.
Yes. Let that be your journey with God.
But I think a lot of it, what you saying here, Robin, that the Medicaid, irresponsible, passing it around, and not going to the doctor. I think it's a combination of a lot of things.
Yeah, a lot of things.
Everyone is different. That's what D. Bryant said.
Yep.
Everyone is different.
So if the governor has already shut it down for another opportunity for them to get insurance.
Well, Medicaid,
that's wrong too. So I don't know. It's like, what can you do?
So I think it has to go back to responsibility.
Yeah. Take responsibility.
Catilia says Andrew Womack, I like him.
Yeah, he's cool. Okay.
So I don't know. I'm just saying that it's alarming. If it's not jail, recidivism, where they come out and go right back in.
Thank you.
Then it's something. Y'all black men being picked off one by one.
Yeah. Mm.
And I don't know why black people don't see it as a crisis.
Yeah, it is.
I think one day you're gonna look up and you're not gonna see any black man, and y'all gonna be like, "Where they at?"
But you know, one thing I am tired of seeing on the news. I'm tired of seeing a black man who has been in jail for 20, 30 years says he was innocent all that time.
Oh, you talking about when they do the blood?
I don't
the DNA?
like that. I'm like, you done took 20 some years, 30 years of this man's life.
What's a plantation? The prison system is
and it was wrong. The DNA was not found. Just all the stuff that we're seeing now. And I would hear the black men testify in the news media. Yeah, I was in there for 25 years, and they found out I was innocent.
The prison system is a modern day plantation.
Yeah.
I was watching this one guy. He has a show on YouTube. He said the Alabama prison system is like a plantation. Yeah. It's the one. It has some of the most horrible
free labor, free.
He said, "You know how hard it is to get up out of there." He said, "You appear in front of the parole board, they don't even look up. You ain't going nowhere. You might as well turn around and go back." He said, "One of this dude, he had a dude on there the other day. He been in there for 45 years.
Lord have mercy.
45 years. He started when he was 14.
What?
When he went to a juvenile, 14,
when he turned of age,
16, they moved him into the prison. He's been in there ever since. He see, this is what happened to him. He was talking, and he said he got in a fight or something with the prison guard, mm-hmm. and he took his baton or something, and he hit him. He hit him, beat him up, hit him with the baton, and the prison guard died. I said, "You ain't never getting out."
He took a life in prison.
You ain't never getting out.
And
he started 14 with something stupid. I said, "You never." And he said every 5 years he goes up for the parole board and they look to see if you've done anything. They don't even look up when he come in the room. I said, "You killed a prison guard. They planned for you to die in prison. Just so you know."
Yeah. Just hopefully he finds Christ.
And they said he's come to terms with it, but they said, why can't they put him into like the place with the older guys, or he's still with all the young people and they want to teach him a lesson.
Because of whose life he had taken.
Yeah. But that guy was saying he was in there for 20. This one guy's program. He said the only reason why he got out is something. I think the governor or something passed away or something. Uh-huh. It was a loophole or something. And they looked up and they was like, "Okay, you let him out." He said he would have still been in there. Didn't even kill nobody. We told you we had a relative went in there for 20-some years. He didn't kill anybody. He beat up the pizza man.
That's it.
They was high.
20-some years.
Young, stupid. Beat up the pizza man. The pizza man didn't even die.
Thank you. Just got some.
And no gun.
Thank you. No weapons.
20-some years.
In that state. Because each state has a different law.
So it is a modern day plantation.
Lord help.
If you don't think it is, then you've been living under a rock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I say all that. You see how we get off on stuff?
I know.
Because Atlanta, with the HIV thing.
Yeah, that's not good to be,
And they always make jokes about the men in Atlanta. You don't know what, if they down low or whatever they are.
Yeah, you don't know.
Lasciviousness has taken over the city.
And there's
Southern town.
Yeah. A very prosperous city, a lot of history. So it's not good to hear that kind of news about that city.
Exactly.
So, okay.
All right. We'll close here. Do you want to talk about Tiffany?